It is TV powered by World Sports Betting. It is time to CO.za Polokwane City 1, Mamelodi Sundowns 0 in the Betway Premiership. Very early doors, of course. 5 games for Sundowns. They have 12 points. 5 games for Orlando Pirates. They are on 15 points. So it's over to you, Buccaneers. Make sure you stay in that driving seat. What do you make of the game, sir?
Yeah, Shapunjan Kulek.
Yes, sir.
I think Bullis is a legendary Villagas.
So and so?
Ang Bullis Bobo Mniti.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ang Bullis Autiam La Puchastis.
Just.
Yeah, man Kulegatisi Pulegan. Yeah, congratulations to Polokwane. Congratulations to Coach Puti. Congratulations to the players. More especially the back 4, back 5, back 6 with the including slim back. Angas babies and side back. I think they call it a side back.
I don't know how much it is.
No. Actually, the reason why I actually have this.
Is it
side back.
Homosexual man?
No. You know what is it for me, ne? I actually I'm a pogoto wamla tracksuit.
Yeah.
I alahla. So the best thing is carry. And imagine there's people that carry my handbags. No, my aesthetics, men handbags. Men handbags.
Justa, please come here. I almost forgot something actually. We'll give Justa. Please take that as well.
Okay.
The silver thing there. Just look at it. Look back behind you. The silver thing there.
All right.
Behind you. Yes. Yeah. Please come here.
Okay.
So Justice as a channel, it's called Justify.
Yeah.
Let me put you in the middle.
My brother.
So Justice's channel, Justify, has reached 100,000 subscribers. I only noticed it now. Congratulations. Well done. You'll receive yours.
Congratulations, my brother.
Yeah, he'll receive his. This is ours from iDiskiTV, but yeah, Justice has got his for his channel as well, Justify. Many of the dramatic YouTube channels that you see in South Africa, he is the one shooting them. All the drama that's happening, umuntu athi bengadli mina nginayo nepenti because of my partner, whatever. He's the one who's shooting it. So he's been shooting with us since 2019. I begged him to shoot this idea that I had in my head, which was called, it had no name at that point, but it's iDiskiTV. You're watching it now. He's shot all of those videos and then he started his own YouTube channels as well. A few words for your channel. Congratulations.
No, thank you so much, man. Good luck. I got this knowledge from you. I think it was 5 years ago. I remember the time when we went to FNB. I wasn't into soccer, but you made me to love soccer so much. And today I'm here. I've shot multiple YouTube channels, and today I've got my own YouTube channel, and it has reached 100,000 subscribers, and it's crazy, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to 1 million. But yeah, we'll see.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much, Justin. There you go. Almost forgot that, but shout out to Justice. And Justify, you can go follow his channel. It's called Justify. The first few episodes of the channel was myself, Upenwell, Utso Vilagazi, no Junior Kanye. So we gave that channel support, but it's literally developed into something completely different now, where people tell their stories about how they grew up. Lindo, let's go back to the game, sir.
Yeah, yes. Before you continue, I just want to say something with Justice in the short period timing, Mazingai. Not just the talent in terms of the work that he does, but I think he's an incredible human being.
Sure.
I think he's a top class gentleman. Yeah, but I think we can go to the game. I just wanted to mention the fact that I think besides the work and stuff, I think he's a good person.
All right, there you go. I was teasing you about your bag.
Yeah.
Mamelodi Sundowns, what do you make of the game in general?
Nkulego, I'm going to start it like this. The standard of the game was poor, in my opinion. No intensity, lack of creativity, lack of thinking, lack of soul as well in the game. You might make an excuse and say the ground belingani, the pitch. We saw some injuries from Matthews, a speedy recovery to the boy, to Mapena as well. The pitch, I come Nandi because Peter Mukaba, the new one, based Spanish, so we used the old one. It was a small ground played.
And those injuries, to be genuinely honest, it's not just an excuse.
Yeah.
Those injuries were non-contact injuries. When people get injured without having been kicked by someone else, it tells you something about that pitch. But then it affected both teams, of course.
Yeah, obviously it affected both teams. Polokwane City might say have the same excuse to say, but we played in the very same pitch. But unlucky to the boys. But to look at the tactical structure of the team, I will say this first, Nkulego. We take this loss as Mamelodi Sundowns. We can take this loss. Most teams, there's 3 results in football. You win, you lose, you draw. And we need to understand that maybe the previous coach from last season never lost a game in 29 games. But we should not have the same standard with the coach.
It shows how much of an outlier that was. The more things like this happen, the more you will appreciate how special last season was.
Yeah, last season was special, Nkulego, because There's nothing new in football. And what to Coach Mangoba, and I'll give him credit for this, even though he lost today, because I want to see positive even in this loss, because the season is very long. It's a marathon. The league doesn't end in October, November. The league never ends. It ends in May. So the only positive thing is I'll reference it to Hansi Flick a little bit. And I think maybe that was the model they're trying to do, what Barcelona is trying to do. Hansi Flick came into the club and he said to the fans, I am not trying to change the soul and how Barcelona plays. But what I'll bring is a little bit quick football. We need to get into the final. We cannot sit, our fans are pansy on their chairs for 3 minutes trying to move the ball around, which is what was happening last season, where we would be very patient, but it was a school that we were taught by the previous coach. But Hansi Flick, I want to get people off their chairs by creating goal scoring opportunities, by getting the ball quicker in the box. I'm looking at the profile of the team this season. That's how the profile of the team is. We try and move the ball quicker. We try and get the ball quicker into the progressive line and into the assist zone. But today, in my opinion, I'm looking at that midfield. I'm looking at Ulebu Mabue. I had said in my previous video, and I want to say this nicely, because modern football has produced average midfielders, in my opinion. I am not here to bash players, because personally I'm an analyst, and at some point people attack you, right? That's not the point. The point here is I'm not discouraging anyone and I'm not discrediting anyone. But for me, in my opinion, too many average players, even in Mamelodi Sundowns, players like Ulebu Mabue, too average. For me, I question...
For what you want him to do.
Yeah,
if you want him to be a midfielder, then you can call him average. But that kid was very good at Maritzburg United, even in patches at Sundowns, when you want him to be a goal scorer. If you limit his expectation to be a goal scorer, I'll stand up for him, because you are confusing him. You are shifting him to a right back, you're shifting him to a centre midfielder, although he's been playing centre midfielder now. But that kid, when you want him, just like Undlovu, which was what happened with him, Undlovu, at Pirates, he's getting better now, because they took him back to his original position, gave him a confidence with SuperSport. Now, he's now a box-to-box midfielder. He can defend and attack for you. There were 3 highly sought-after players, Maritzburg United, in the season that they went to the final of the Nedbank Cup with Ufadlu Davids. It was Fortune Makaringa, it was Undlovu, specifically Undlovu, Nolebogang Mabue. Now, Mabue was an attacking midfielder.
Number 10 with striker.
Yes, exactly. With an expectation for him to be on the D-line, try to shoot, and he would score goals. Now, you've redefined his expectation. But I get where you're going with this, Uguti. If he's going to play midfield, same with Rivaldo, same with Marcelo Allende, then there will be an expectation for you to pass the ball forward, give Urena something to work with.
You know what, Nkolego? I think maybe the word is they're not special.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. Yeah. Because even no matter how well he did, respect, a good number 10 that is creative in terms of running behind, he interprets his number 10 differently to Abu Mushish and Abu Tito. He probably was a number 10 that would run behind, sometimes act as a second striker. I'm looking at that midfield, and not just this Mamelodi Sundowns, but I'm talking about the Sundowns because I was watching those midfielders. I rate and the fact that I think Marcelo Allende is probably one of the best midfielders in the league is a sign where modern football has moved to. Because you look at his game, Marcelo Allende, no matter how top he is, there's easy forward passing, there is control, there is comfort on the ball, there is arrogance, there is personality. But what midfielders don't have, there's no shot on target. How many chances created?
Yeah.
How many secondary assists?
Yeah.
Secondary assists, very important. The very same with deep playing playmakers. I love a number 6. I'm a lover of a number 6. But in modern football, what it has done is we have limit, because style of play, because of our fullbacks, coaches want to attack our fullbacks. We have redefined certain positions in football, which my feeling we have made certain positions look very average. Kuguti, a number 8 used to be a special player. A general, and number 6, someone who dictates the game, and number 10, someone tata responsibility. A striker needed to score goals, a winger needed to be good in 1v1. I'm looking at a winger that play currently, it's always one direction. Go wide, take the ball, cut in, pass sideways. Rotate the ball, go to the right, penetrate. It seems like now you are doing something, cut back again, take it back to the midfielder. It's the same pattern, it's the same thing. Coach Mangoba comes in and he says, I want diagonal balls. But what Polokwane was doing was very smart, in my opinion. First, let's credit them, credit to them, and credit to the players, credit to the technical team. The reason being is, for me, in my opinion, the first time in Kaluboni team is pound for pound this season in the Sundowns, except Stellenbosch. It's a sign that when you want to play against the Sundowns, and commit, put the numbers there, press them, don't allow them to heavy baller and in uncomfortable position, more especially in the direct line. Put pressure on them. They closed the direct line in midfield. They made it very narrow. They did not allow us to play. The only players that were allowed to play are the wingers. Yeah. And in my opinion, the wingers were not dominant. That's why effective. I think they were not effective. That's why Matthews Nomapena got injured. Ukodi-san comes in the second half. He does the very same thing as well. Plays very negative. He doesn't allow the winger like it directly. Lack of creativity. Reina's similar to Shalulile in my opinion as well. If 4-3-3, this is the thing, Kulek. When you play 4-3-3, you are playing with a single pivot and you're playing with 2 number 8s that play in half spaces that can join and be in the progressive line. Then you've got 2 wingers that come inside to create double number 10. You've got 2 fullbacks that's the tactical structure. Orlando Pirates plays like that. Kaizer Chiefs tries to play like that. Mamelodi Sundowns plays like that. But what Polokwane did is, because they're looking for deep diagonal balls, defend a little bit deeper, push the line a little bit deeper. Tshela uSapunga ukuthi anything ezalapha phuma ngungwenya computer nayo, it's your box, owner lela box. Credit to Sapunga for always dominating abokinekane nkaki. But the detail that I want to talk about is, if you're playing with 2 number 8 Nkuleko and they're playing in those positions, the responsibility of the 9 is to come and fill in the hole. Dropper uzokwazi ukudlala. That's why Coach Mancoba expects uShalulile to come and touch the ball as well. That's why Pirates mayidlala ngoMakgopa. uMakgopa has the responsibility to come. Because Utito acts as an 8 that drop a little bit deeper, and then they leave that hole in my pocket. Bobby's on my pocket. Where Bola Velemel circulate a corner if you want to be dangerous. Lama passes bo kulumangao. Those special passes about Pedri. Like 1-touch pass. Then I'm a winger figure so I'll roller or so a finisher.
Sure.
We don't get into those spaces. Our midfielders, if you're playing for some of those midfielders, they don't get into those zones. Barcelona doesn't get next to the D line, just next to the D line where Anga keeper kone 1-touch pass.
Sure.
Umabue doesn't get into situations where Anga keeper kone 1-touch pass. I can count so many midfielders in this league. All the time, they always have a responsibility to play wide. Sometimes about support, because the fullback or the winger has the striker starting run. They must play through. I saw Utiwana Yenza a couple of times today with the profile of Renas. Utiwana bamniki bola, gune support like center Rivaldo Kutse. He chooses to play a deep diagonal ball to Renas. Renas at that point, Bekmelal Shai all right. I think Lila Pumela outside. I'm looking at that profile and I'm saying to myself that sometimes it's very predictable. It allows you to Mailele where you can catch them quickly, to punish it. But most of the time, more especially with how big Mamelodi Sundowns is, as an institution, as a club, we should win against the Polokwane City easily. So I know not every game is easy, I understand that. But for me, I was looking at the profile of the match and I was saying, even Polokwane, no matter how well they played, in terms of their pressing, in terms of them, actually they could have won 3. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They created 3 big chances.
They are the ones who created better chances.
Actually, I think we need to say this. They deserve to win the match.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they deserve to win the match. Sure. And this is not to say the Sundowns that they didn't, but it's expected at times. It's part of the game. There's 3 results. I'm not expecting Coach Mancoba to win 30 games in the league. I am expecting Uguti will have a bad performance. More especially understanding the fact that Polokwane was fresh. We played during the week. Yes, I understand as well that the Sundowns is used
like
to. Yeah, Sundowns plays every after game.
A lot of people at home are going to think that's an excuse because you have a bigger squad. If Polokwane City, if they lose 2 of their starting players, they are messed. They are in a mess. Let's look at the league picture now.
Yeah.
It's very early days, but do you fear that Orlando Pirates has an advantage so far?
It's still early in the league, Nkuleko. And like I said to you, I even want Mamelodi Sundowns fans to not panic, because I'm still waiting for Orlando Pirates to go to Cario and come back and play against the team during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when I will judge them. Like I said, the league is not won in November. For me, I'm looking at the picture. I am saying this is good for South African football. Looking at it from a fan's perspective and what the league needs. We need an Orlando Pirates that's going to lead at 3 points so that is about confidence. As regards to Mamelodi Sundowns coming back, I'm hoping that they're not going to drop points against smaller teams. Because like I said, for Orlando Pirates, for them to compete with Mamelodi Sundowns, they don't have to beat Sundowns, they don't have to beat each other. I know the fans want to, but I think they need to beat anyone that comes across them, because the Sundowns, I can tell you now.
Yeah, because already, I don't know, Polokwane ran the Pirates School League or whether it was in one of the cup games. So your direct competitor, Polokwane City, they got 3 points from you as Sundowns. They gave 3 points to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, and Polokwane, when you're looking at Polokwane, for them this was a free hit, because you're looking at the 6 points. They were expecting Sundowns to take all 6 points from them, because we're playing with them in a week's time. A point to them is a huge thing. But I'm looking at the title challenge, and I'm thinking it's still early to even talk about it, because you might find out that
I'm doing that deliberately because I want to conscientize people that we need to be in a title race. Number 2, the more these clips circulate, it will get to Pirates players. They must know that it's a title race. That's why I was saying last season and at some point this year that forget about these cups now. Eventually, you're going to have to aim higher for the league because you're the big team and you haven't won the league in 12 years.
Nkuleko, you're right.
You have to do that.
You're right, because at some point I said the league is gone. Right?
Oh, yeah.
At some point I said the league is gone. No. I'm an old man. I know how to come and unconscious and things is cool. And I still believe Mamelodi Sundowns.
That's why I say like, let's stop catastrophizing things. When you lose, it's not the worst thing in the world. When you win, you can't say we've won the league just because you've won. You see, those 2 things are extreme. that you've won the league just because you won one game. Now that you've lost one game,
you feel like you lost the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
When you win, you feel like you won the World Cup. When you lose, you feel like you lost the World Cup. That's why I'm saying I'm choosing to look at the positives in this, more especially in the with the team. The performance was bad. The standard of where Mamelodi Sundowns should be as a team, those players as well, I think they should be very critical of themselves with the performance. The performance was not good, and from a couple of players as well. Umabuya has done well, but I feel that the 8th position is not his best position. For me, I had said to you, I more like him more coming from the wider area, coming inside as a number 10. He can play the number, and he's a number 10 that can run behind. He can help us. For me, he played too far away from the goal, in my opinion. Ulebu has an eye for a goal. Right, he's got the right energy, but also maybe there's a tactical discipline or a detail there to say, Riva is too slow in terms of a recover. Intelligence in terms of a situation. Stay next to him, help him in terms of with regards to a recover. But also, I don't want to.
I'm using a generator today.
Okay,
we're using a generator today, so yeah, we haven't had electricity for the whole day in my suburb, which is very expensive, but somehow we don't have power. No. Anyhow, thank you very much, Lindo.
Thank you very much.
That's how we literally end the video because we're running out of. I don't know how long the petrol will take there in that generator. So, iDiskiTV, Times, Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.